Welcome to Modern Homestead, Alaska. I'm Jessica, and we are down in my basement again. I have a huge project ahead of me. A couple of major things are going on. The electricians are coming to bid the new electrical in order to finish this basement. And I just got my seed order in, and there is a lot of things that we need to start by the end of February in order to have a garden and grow our own food. And these two racks right here, they're double stacked, are our growing racks. They have all the growing lights and everything on them, and they go in front of the windows. And then we have the additional grow lights in order to get seeds started. But in order to do any of that, I have to yet again clean up this space. And so that is what I'm working on today. I'm hoping to take you along simply for the fact of the motivation of getting it done. So why don't you hang out with me so that I can get some stuff done and hopefully motivate you to get some stuff done at your home as well. Let's go. Believe it or not, I've been down here for about an hour poking around, putting some Christmas stuff up and doing this and that, and just trying to get a grip on what do I have going on and what do I need to do. We have the wood stove going, so it's nice and warm down here. In fact, I started sweating in my sweatshirt, so I took that off. I think, why don't we just start in a corner over here by the wood and then start cleaning up the garden area. If we get nothing else done today, at least this area will be ready for us to get the seeds put in their proper areas and start figuring out what we're doing with the garden. So I'll just start by sweeping and cleaning around the wood stove, and we will work our way this way. For those of you that might be new around here, this is garden stuff. And I personally have to start all of my stuff indoors, which is why my husband built me these two big black rolling racks so that I can swirl the plants around, move the lighting, get some more sunshine for them. And then the hope, dream, goal at the other end of the basement, there will be a third rack just like these, so that in front of every window is a way for me to start seeds. We've talked about heating a space that will go onto the shop, having outdoor space, all these other things. And in our mind, and because it's our hopefully forever home, we honestly heat this basement. And so it's the most energy efficient way to start seeds is in a space that's already heated. So when the basement is finished, I think it'll still be beautiful. You will have these black racks in front of the windows, and they will be full of plants. And I think it will be just a fantastically beautiful thing. So I start all of my seeds myself down here in the basement. The first thing I grabbed was my bag. It is full of my binder, and that is what we're gonna need for the seeds. And then I have my seed storage here, as well as another new one upstairs. We'll just sit. We'll camp out on the couch. I'll start designing the garden. So some of these things I'm gonna take up, and then they just get stored down here with all the garden stuff. But I need to go through this so that I'm ready to go. So what I already did today was I completely cleared this rack so that at least one rack is ready to go. Between the two racks, it holds every one of my seed starting trays, so they get spaced out just perfectly. And I did do myself a huge favor, and now that I'm looking at them going, girl, you did yourself a monster of a favor. I already sorted out all of these buckets, all of these. Taking a look down here, if you see the round containers right there, they actually go into these, and that's where we do tomatoes and peppers, and we just have tons of these. We finally have enough of these to hold all of those gallon size, and then we have lots of other trays and different size pots and so on. That, like, these go into those holders, making transferring to the garden a whole lot easier. But this is, you can either soil block or starting containers, and then these have water, so the water's not sitting up on the seed itself or the root. It goes down into the trenches. I forget the word I'm looking for right there, but anywho, I loved myself really, really well by getting all of this done ahead of time, so that now, as I have a million things running through my brain and going on down here, I already have this sorted out. There's a couple onesies, twosies floating around, but throughout the winter and the fall, since taking down the garden, they've slowly made their way down here, and now they're making their way into those massive piles of pots and so on. And by the time we're planting out, almost nearly everything you see here will have plants in it. The whole basement floor is completely covered in tomatoes and peppers, and we're watering it is a lot to get a garden the size that we have, which is a 48 by 40 out there. So I'm gonna work on this shelf now so that I can sort seeds and then know what I need. So we had our ice fishing sled underneath the stairs, and one of the tents we've gotten out because we have the coolest thing. We're gonna go ice fishing soon, and we have a little wood stove that we're installing in it, so it's kind of drug out and it's laying over there. That's fine because Aaron's gonna help me with it. I have to clean up this area because the hut is so big inside that I need to move all of that stuff over there. So I'm starting to go through all this down here, and I'm finding some broken things and some hunting things, and just gonna kind of tidy through all of this. Our hunting packs or backpacks or whatever, we have a cool space that I've shown you before on the channel behind the Christmas storage that will roll out in that room, so it'll be really cool. And that whole wall behind it we're gonna use for hanging backpacks and packs that we don't want getting super dusty and dirty. We don't want them in the garage, and we keep talking like, where on earth should we put these? They're gonna go in the storage area. But then I'm also finding like stuff that we got that we thought we would use, like these go on buckets and you can sit on them. We don't use any of it. So anything we have not used in the last 2 years of ice fishing, I'm just gonna donate. I am tired of having stuff laying around here. So we're to this space. We got the freeze dryer. I even tilted it, I wiped it down, swept all this. We're kind of scooting along here. So let's get back to the music and get going under the stairs, because I'd like to sweep those off and see what we can't get mopped as well. A girl can. All right, we're on this side of the stairs now. I have suitcases down here. Isn't that always just, it's so fun to try to find space for things that you gotta have. You have suitcases. Wyatt golfs quite a bit in the summertime. Where do you store those during the winter time? There's all sorts of sporting equipment here, and it's just like a weird random grouping of things. I have these that go on the front porch for Christmas. I think I want to cover them with a trash bag and put them behind the Christmas storage. But then I have my piles of tires over there. Those are mine and Wyatt's summer tires, because our trucks, everything has 2 sets of tires and rims. So anywho, when we have a shop, hallelujah, when we have a shop, hopefully it'll have a loft in it where like tires and things like that never come into my basement or the garage. I don't want them in the garage either. So I think I can store the, okay, here was the thing. There's huge amount of closet space upstairs, but my grandma's dementia causes her to pack and unpack things. And so when I leave the suitcases in her room, I go in there and she has packed everything and I have to unload all of it and help her get it put. And then we can't find anything because she has it all packed up. And so the best thing is to just not have the suitcases in there unless she's going someplace. Then of course we'll let the woman pack. But I think I can stack them and just stick them on a rack over here. We are scooting along. I am so happy. I think I've cleaned this basement on this channel a handful of times, and every time it gets a little cleaner and lasts a little bit longer. Here I have my wheelbarrow, not my wheelbarrow, my wheelbarrow's over there. I have one of my wagons, and what I did was I filled it with everything when I finished painting the barn and doing some caulking and a bunch of other stuff that needed to get done. And I still have a very some white pieces of trim to add there. I have the paint to it. It's in my laundry room because we can't store any paint in our garage. So I decided in the middle of all this to start making a list of some of the things that won't go in the shop because the shop will not be heated 24 hours a day, cannot go in the garage, and so it needs to be someplace that doesn't freeze, and that is going to be the basement. So any paint that we had left in the garage, it's destroyed because our garage is not heated. So anyway, I do need in the storage area or to figure out something down here where paints will go when everything is finished. I have some garden buckets. I just have all kinds of trash and stuff in here. So I'm gonna tidy through this and we're gonna just keep working. We almost have the whole loop cleared out, so that's great. What you can't really tell, that giant stack right there with the white stuff on top of it, that's drywall. And then I threw a mattress and some other things on top of it. And then there's another pile of drywall over there. That's my antique refrigerator. So I need to get working on that because that's gonna go in the outside processing type kitchen. So anywho, I think I'll just clean out this, put all the paints in it, and at least I have everything in one spot. Oh my goodness. We got a huge chunk of it done already. So all of the garden. So garden. That's a deep freeze. It's got my stuff for today on it. My little antique wood stove that will go in the outdoor kitchen. It doesn't work. It'll just be decorations. My potatoes are under there, nice and dark, but that becomes a garden rack as well. Someday, when we have everything built out, these racks hopefully can go in the storage, and I'd like to get rolling racks that are out in this. It'll be just open living space pretty much. I have this weird giant pile of keepsakes, storage, empty buckets. I need to condense that down, and so I'm not looking at a massive pile, but instead look at like a little more detailed, like right here is some fall decorations. That's what's in those totes there, then keepsakes, then look at the amount. So we have 3 here, 1 here, a huge pile of red storage totes there. I think some of this is fall. But yeah, slowly but surely scooting along. Oh my gosh. I realize it is 5 o'clock. I have chores to do. I have dinner to make. I have a whole list of other stuff. And I just told Aaron this week, I will get this done. I will get this done tomorrow morning. I think I'm gonna do a seed unboxing and get them all organized and start figuring out the garden plan. I'll probably take you guys along for that as well. And then I'm gonna spend the rest of the day down here. Might not record it. But yeah, we're going to nail this out. We are going to get there. But I'm gonna end the video for today. I think we got a ton done. It's constant, guys. I know that I've made this video before and I've said that. And the reason I do it over and over is so that you know you're not alone. Over and over while you build a house, while you build a life, while you create things, while you raise children, or they move on, or whatever the case is, whatever you have going on, we repeat things. We do them over and over again, and that is real life. I'm no exaggeration, my upstairs is spotless. It is so clean. We have been working on keeping up on things, getting stuff taken care of. I'm feeling really, really good. I'm excited about spring coming, but I also feel like, okay, we have to get this basement done. We have to get this basement done. Excuse me. So I'm feeling all of those pressures and those sort of things. And I told Aaron before the electricians come to bid everything, I would get this basement whipped up. That way I can mark out everything on the floor with some painter's tape and then go along and mark out on the ceilings where I want all of the additional lights to go, and then mark out where I want outlets throughout the entire basement. So I gotta get this done. I gotta get it done. But like I said, it's 5 o'clock, so I'm done for today. So thank you for joining me. If you're new around here and you stuck all the way to now, why don't you hit that subscribe button? If you ring the bell, you get notifications, thumbs up, and comments, as well as sharing our videos, all help our channel to grow. With that, I hope you have a fantastic week. You tackle a job that's had to have been tackled 15 other times before. I hope you find something to do. And beyond that, I hope that you find a reason to be grateful, something to be thankful for, a minute of gratitude in your day, each and every day. And with that, I hope that I get to see you in the next video. Bye for now, guys.